he's just way too involved with his hands in too many things. I never trusted him. I haven't either. I haven't. You're right. I mean, how many companies can one man have? But really, I think he has all of those because, well, it's likely a lot of slave labor, really. I mean, think about all the minerals that he needs, like cobalt he needs for Tesla. And, well, AI is going to need all of that stuff, lithium, cobalt, all that stuff. For cobalt mining, I mean, he has contracts with that. That's slave labor. Yeah, that's indentured servitude there. I've done videos about it. It's so sad. So Trump doesn't have any respect for this man, because the one thing none of these people have ever talked about, from the podcasters to the mainstream media, is how Trump was doing more than any other president to end modern day slavery, and he knew none of them would talk about it. And so it used to think, well, there's other things to talk about. No, they find other things to focus, like get the people to focus on, because they don't want you to focus on the trafficking. That's really, I mean, and RFK Jr. changing the acronym, like, how rude can you be? But he's just a rude person. Like, it's Make America Great Again. And yet his supporters, who weren't people that supported Trump, would say, I've gotten them they've come after me too and said, well, it means Make America healthy again. Yeah, well, that's not what our acronym is. You could say, well, oh, that's being petty. No, he's literally just while Elon's trying to act like he has more power over Trump, and RFK Jr. is trying to change the acronym of our movement, it's like, both of you, please, you know where the exits are. Get out. But I think that what's going to happen from this, which is genius, is that the podcasters will fall. Once enough people see what they're doing, and what they're doing is they keep talking about Doge and Elon Musk as if this department has some power. Like Glenn Beck already, there's another clip up about how Doge has done so much. Yeah, what? It's Trump doing it. Do you realize that these senators, they just follow what Trump posts? They could care less what Elon says. Really, Elon has no power. But the media and the podcasters want to make you think that he does, because that's who they're trying to take the power away from Trump, and they can't. And Trump sees it. I mean, luckily Trump doesn't have a fragile ego, but Elon does. Even though the podcasters will tell you it's Trump, no, it's Elon. And they're all going to fall, because without that media hyping Elon up, we would all just be going, you know what, Elon, none of us voted. What are you doing? Like, really, even now, what are you doing? You're just creating chaos. You're just trying to inject yourself into areas that you don't belong. And Trump sees it. There's no doubt Trump sees it. I would absolutely guarantee that he doesn't support him, because their value systems are too different. But all this happening did make me realize how not RFK Jr., not any of your podcasters, not any of these people, they'll talk about health of children, they'll talk about anything else, but the one thing none of them, the podcasters or the mainstream media, want to talk about is the trafficking. They never have. They have always wanted to deflect. That's the one biggest thing they've always deflected from. So Trump saw that a long time ago, but I finally put it together, because I'm like, so the mainstream media and the podcasters coordinated. They really did. Because as soon as Trump was elected, okay, and he announced that Elon could, and Vivek could have their blue ribbon committee, then your podcasters went to work, and now every single day, they have to talk about Elon Musk or Doge. This is not that powerful of a department. It's just not. But they are doing that so that they can try to they think that they can try to disempower Trump. Yeah, good luck with that. What's going to happen is they're just going to empower Trump more. And in the process, they are destroying themselves. Because I'll never trust them again now, because it's so wicked what they're doing. yeah, I mean, because once, I used to sometimes think, oh, well, maybe it's just this is their opinion on that. No, now I see them all. I see the podcasters, the ones that have the millions of followers. They're the exact same. They're subtly trying to take Trump down. They're subtly trying to take power away from him, and it's useless to do that. And so that explains why none of those podcasters ever wanted to make it a priority to talk about everything Trump was doing to end modern day slavery, like how he had a separate office in the White House, never done before, that strictly dealt with modern day trafficking. And that was just one of the things he was doing, because nobody in this country, in any media, nor on any podcast, wanted to highlight that most very important thing that Trump was making his number one priority. It's amazing how that was his number one priority all the time, and it was only mentioned here and there. And as you see, the people that support Musk, they don't care about that. They don't care about slavery. Neither do the people that support RFK Jr. Because they more support these deadbeats that are jerk-offs. I mean, really, I would imagine that both RFK Jr. and Musk are very much alike when it comes to the narcissism angle. They're the ones that have the fragile egos. But they're all the whole corrupt temple is going to fall because of this. It is, because enough of us saw how they were trying to disempower Trump so much in his first term, and now there's enough of us seeing how Musk and the podcasters and the mainstream media are trying to do it again. There's just more of them now trying to do it. And then RFK Jr. trying to change the acronym for the movement, yet he wants to talk about healthy children. It's like, well, then maybe you should talk about trafficking. That would be the best place to start. Yeah, but they will find any reason to deflect from that most very important thing. And the only reason you'd want to deflect from it is because you have ties to being involved in it. Think about these podcasters, and some of them have these charities they ask their followers to donate to. I bet you those charities, many of them, they don't go for the things they say they do. They just pocket the money. These people all have ties to stuff they shouldn't, because otherwise they exposed themselves. The podcasters exposed themselves with this whole Musk thing. This was the last hand they had to play, though, was to try to see if they could get the power, try to take some of the power Trump has away from him and push it over to Musk. Yeah, it's not going to happen. In fact, it all needs to be stripped from both RFK Jr. and Musk. But I don't imagine that would happen until after January 20th. Trump will let this ride and let the podcasters just keep exposing themselves, because once no one trusts them ever again, they'll never be back on top. So I never trusted him either. I don't know anybody that owns that many companies and really just does very little. It's because he's not the genius. It's the people around him that are genius. Elon Musk is really just sort of a dud. He is. He's made up to be more special than he is. And who makes him to be so special? The media and the podcasters. Yeah. I would never want to go against, I would stand up to Trump if I disagreed, but if I was going to try to play a game on somebody, and that's not my style, but I would never do it. I would never do it against Trump, because he'll destroy you, and he'll do it while he has a smile on his face and while you think that he's your best friend, because he'll set all the dominoes up just right to where he doesn't have to say anything to you, but everything around you is going to crumble, and that's what's going to happen to everybody doing this. So, it's a glorious day.